All right. So let's just make sure our body is organized. Feet are planted. And think about your sit bones being dropped evenly onto your seat there. And just, you can even take a kind of a look at yourself in your screen, if you're able to, and think about hips, ribs, shoulders are all kind of stacked up on top of each other. And let's just take a few breaths. So focus on using the inhale just to let the shoulders shrug straight up, and then exhale, let them soften down. So just some nice, bring some awareness into our body. And maybe trying to make your exhale breath a little bit longer than your inhale breath. And we're gonna turn those shrugs into big shoulder rolls. So shrug straight up and then back. Really feel the arm bones back and the shoulder blades back, and then down around and back up again. So inhaling maybe up and back and down as you exhale. And inhaling through the nose. And let's do one shoulder at a time. So feeling that shoulder is moving the whole arm. And really the back is involved. So feeling the connection of the back shoulder arm, right? It's all connected. And then you can kind of do some little just wiggly, sort of get your own movement in there. And as a matter of fact, let's think about moving. So we kind of started out with kind of a more structured movement there. So now kind of let your shoulder move itself, or your body move itself. And so allow your rib cage to move, and maybe they want to do one at a time. Maybe your arms kind of feel like your body as fluid, right? Feel your body as fluid, which it's about 72% water, right? And so just let it kind of go, just to kind of lubricate your joints in a different way. Maybe your hands want to get involved. So just kind of doing a little, sometimes I'll call this octopus arms, but we're gonna just call it whatever you guys want, but just letting your body kind of move itself in whatever direction it wants to start with. So I feel like so many times we're in a class, and we want to do exactly what the instructor says, and we want to make sure it's right. And so this is your chance to kind of just, you're right, your body is right. Your body has its intelligence. And then let's just maybe come and do the same thing with our head. So maybe just some little, like head and neck. So feel the head just sort of move in to a direction that it feels like it wants to. Maybe it's a little head nod, which is what I will go to. And a lot of times I start off with, but just noticing you kind of end up kind of going into the places where you are the tightest when you allow yourself to just go. Just kind of getting it moving and allowing maybe even it to kind of move through your spine. If you have movement in your spine, you can kind of get this sort of fluid sort of movement happening, if that's what it feels like is right. Okay. So then come on back to center, and let's do some head nods where they're a little more structured, and we're really thinking about drawing the head back on top of the spine and then reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. Okay, feeling the back of the neck lengthen, and it's a little bit of a chin tuck, but you can think of kind of dropping the chin and then opening the throat more. Dropping the chin as you lengthen and then opening the throat, but still lengthening out the top of the head. So always feeling like you find length, right? And then let's find our place so that our head is on top of the spine best we can. And then turn and look over the right shoulder. And just look as far as you can over that right shoulder. And then back to center. And turn and look over the left shoulder. And back to center. Let's turn and look over that right shoulder again. Good. So keep looking and really work the eyes. So strain your eyes as much as you need to, or you're able to get as far, kind of see as far behind you as you can. And then keep your head in that position, but bring your eyeballs forward and try and bring them around to the left. And then bring them back again, looking over that back shoulder. Let's keeping your head turned, keeping your head in that same position. And then we'll bring the eyes forward and the head forward. I was kind of just watching you guys. That's why I brought my head forward. Okay, let's go to the other direction. So now we'll rotate and look to the left again. So eyes straining to look around to the left. Working the eye muscles. Keep your head turned and then bring your eyes forward and to the right. And then turn and look to the left again. And then bring eyes forward and the head comes forward this time. Awesome. And we'll just do a little ear to shoulder. Yeah, and center, ear to shoulder. And center. Let's do that a couple more times. Nice. Maybe one more time to each side. Nice. All right, now let's go ahead and think about keeping our head still, but just moving the eyes, okay? So we're gonna have the eyes look down like they're looking down our cheekbones, and the eyes are gonna now look up, and then eyes look down again, down the cheekbones, and then eyes up. And then eyes center, let's eyeballs, keep your head still, eyeballs look right. Then eyeballs look left. And eyeballs look right. And eyeballs look left. And then center, now let's bring eyes down and then to the right and then up and to the left and then circle down. So making kind of a circle, hitting all those points. And we do one more circle, 3 total. And then of course we'll go the other way. So you're gonna look down and to the left and up, I'm sorry, whichever direction I didn't go. I think I goofed up, down and to the right and up and around left and down, and one more circle around. Good. All right, kind of goofy little exercises, but really good for the brain and for like cross lateral sorts of activation in our body. All right, so we're gonna think about having those shoulders up, back, and down. And then let's just flip those palms so that the palms are up towards the sky. We're gonna inhale and exhale, press down. So you can inhale. Let's just come up to like the letter V or the letter Y, however you want to think about it, and then down. And use that breath. So inhale, really be excited about that inhale breath. And then press down. All the air out. So as you press down, you can hug into the side of your chair or into your thighs and really hug in and get all the air out, and then inhale up again. And now we're gonna pulse the breath for 2 counts. We're gonna in and out and all the air out. So really lifting the chest, filling those lungs up with air, feeling the rib cage really expand as the arms lift. And then next we're gonna do one more, we're gonna do 3s. So in, 2, and 3. Then out, 2, and 3, hug. Let's do one more breath. Awesome. Let's go ahead now and bring let's bring the right arm up. And reach the left hand, left fingers down to the sky, extending the fingers in opposite directions, still keeping the heart lifted, and think about your spine staying on top of the head. And then we're just gonna switch directions. Reach, extending, feeling the length through the side body and through the head to tail. And we'll switch. Again, reaching, opposition, feeling opposition, and switching. Reaching, feel that opposition. Feel the head try and stretch up to the sky. Keep your chest lifted. And one more time. Reach and reach. So we're nice and long and tall. This time we're gonna reach the right arm up and we're gonna side bend over. Good, we're gonna reach through that top arm and then we're gonna wrap that arm around to the ear and press and reach the elbow towards the sky. Kind of think about pressing the elbow back a little so we can ideally keep it in line with the rest of our body. And we're gonna extend out that arm and bring it all the way up and around. I'm just gonna move out here a little bit so you can see what's going on top of my head here. So we're gonna inhale up, reach, side bend over. So imagine that your body is in between 2 panes of glass. Good, reach that elbow up to the sky. Press it back so we're really open, and then extend out that arm and bring it back. Let's do that again. Reaching up, side bend over, wrap, press that elbow back, reach it to the sky. There you go. So you're opening up this part of your chest and you feel the back is engaged a little bit, and it's a nice stretch through the tricep. Now extend, reach a little bit longer out that arm and sweep and bring that arm around and up and over and wrap. Press the elbow back, squeeze that shoulder blade back, reach it up towards the sky. And extend a little bit more and then bring it out. Awesome. Let's go ahead now and bring that arm all the way up and over. Nice. And we're going to stay in this side bend position. Let's roll that right shoulder blade so you really feel it on the back. I don't want to see it rolling forward much. I want to see you really working to try and keep that position. We're going to reach and then pull. So we're gonna reach and then bend that elbow in towards the waist. Reach, elbow into the waist. So we can inhale, reach a little further each time. Exhale, think about pulling shoulder blade into the back hip pocket. Think about pulling belly button to spine. And then we'll bring it all the way up. And over to that other side. Up and over. We're going to reach. And exhale, pull the elbow down towards the waist. And shoulder blade in towards the back hip pocket. Squeeze it in. Like you're pulling on like a resistance. Try and keep your body in between those two panes of glass. Let's do one more. And then all the way up. Awesome. So let's just take a little kind of check in here and feel. So now that we've kind of lengthened the waist a little bit, really think about feeling this corset around the waist. So we're just going to take a couple breaths and inhale. You can allow the belly to open, to soften, and then exhale, think belly button to spine. And I have my hands here, so you can kind of see what I'm intending the muscles to do. So exhale deeply. And think about pulling this corset in, this imaginary corset in, wrapping our spine with our muscles. So we're going to keep that sense of the corset, and let's go ahead and let's place the hands on the knees. And we're going to deepen that sense of the corset by pulling belly button to spine and rounding, hollow out the belly. And you can look into the belly button or look into the heart, hollow out that belly. And then you're going to lift the chest, lift the heart, and then hollow out the belly. Okay, so really thinking about opening and lifting that heart and opening up the whole front line of the body, and then hollowing, creating a scooped out belly as best as you can imagine. Let's do two more, just lifting up a little bit more, lift that heart up, spread that chest, and one more. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and bring the arms up. And then we're going to bend the elbows and bring them down and around this way. Okay, so we're going to sweep up, and then we're going to bend the elbows and keep our corset engaged. So you can think of engaging that corset as you bring the elbows down and around. And we're going to reverse the motion. So you can imagine like you're throwing confetti kind of up and behind you as we lift the arms up. And then let's bring the elbows down around in that way. Inhale up and exhale around. Inhale up, exhale around. And as we, of course, exhale and bring those shoulder blades, those elbows down, the shoulder blades squeeze back down together. Let's do one more. Awesome. So that should really kind of get that back, those back muscles woken up. Let's go ahead and bring our hands now. Let's actually start with our palms facing each other. Shoulders back and down, and we're going to imagine we're pressing the back of the hand against something, and then keep pressing against something as you bring the hands back. So you're like a little kind of isometric, almost what you're moving, right? So you're gonna press and open up that chest, keep the heart lifted. Feel the shoulder blade muscles. Your elbows should be at a right angle. Yeah, so not way up here, but down, low enough so you feel the mid back. And we're gonna go ahead and flip our palms up. So we're gonna opening the door and then bringing it back. And opening the door, bringing it back in. So sliding those shoulder blades back and down and sliding your hands along an imaginary shelf. Let's flip our palms down. It's the same thing here, opening the doors. Elbows stay stable. Open. Open. We'll do 2 more little door openers here. Open. Good, and open. Sweet. Okay, let's bring our hands into kind of a goal post position here. Right? So I'm gonna have you guys try and keep the elbows just about as high as the shoulders. So try and resist them drooping down. And we're just gonna think about trying to squeeze the top edge of your shoulder blade. So the top inside corner, squeeze that. And then think about widening it. And now let's squeeze the middle part of your shoulder blade. So kind of emphasize that. And now squeeze the lower inferior angle. So you're gonna pinch that. And maybe notice you find different places. Let's go back to the middle. And then the top corner. Good, and one more time, the middle. And the lower corner. So, I see maybe 1, maybe 2 people kind of rubbing their shoulders. So if you feel like you have anything aggravates, or if you have a rotator cuff issue, definitely, I don't want you to do anything that creates pain. That's a key. But it might be just some weakness. And so focus on keeping the chest lifted to help with that and really engaging those back muscles, okay? That's what we're after, and not moving from the front muscles. So let's go ahead and, that being said, let's take your left hand and you're gonna just kind of press it towards your opposite knee. We're just gonna inhale up kind of at a diagonal angle, squeeze the shoulder blade, and then exhale back down. Okay, so we're gonna inhale, open, and exhale back down. Now we're gonna think about trying to keep the chest square. Inhaling, open. Nice, inhale. And trying not to just toss that arm back there. Imagine you're pressing the back of the hand against some resistance. And then as you lower down, you're lowering against some resistance. And we'll do one more. And then we're gonna go over to the other side. So placing the hand on that opposite knee, and then at that diagonal angle. And maybe feel some nice opening across the chest. And squeeze that shoulder blade. Imagine you're pressing against some resistance as you go up, and you keep pressing against that resistance with the back of the hand as you come down. Inhale, press it up. And down. And inhale, squeeze the shoulder blade. And down. And let's do 2 more. Using the back. Nice. Let's do 1 more. I think that we need to be even. That was cheating us. Okay, nice. Now, if you're able, we're gonna bring both arms, so from alongside your chair here, we're gonna bring both arms up and stay, and then see if we can do just a little moving forward and backward. So you're just gonna press, 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 press. Can you guys see my whole arm? So we're more here. So you're reaching tall and just moving in a small range of motion here. Doesn't have to be big, but emphasize the backwards. Emphasize pressing that hand back. So we're just always getting those back muscles. You guys can drop the arms down and just kind of release the arms out, because it looks like maybe we need to do that. And then we'll go back up, trying to make sure we're in our tall spine, and maybe think about this corset around our waist is helping us stay long and tall in our waist. And we can bring both arms up, reach to those fingertips. Let's take a breath here this time. And then exhale deeply, all the air out. And then we're gonna inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So you're moving your arms kind of out of your shoulders, forward and back. Good, and take a little rest. I'm gonna show you a side view. Or is that making sense to you all? Thumbs up if yes. Okay, good. Yeah, and just for the side view, in case you kind of were uncertain of what my arms were doing, because in the flat picture sometimes that's, so you're here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. And then inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Oh, you guys aren't even working with me. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and bring the arms, again, just let's do a nice little shoulder roll, and we'll bring those arms up into maybe a more, not as quite as high as we were before, more of, I call it a W shape. Okay, and again, let's think about squeezing those shoulder blades. Emphasize squeezing the lower inferior angle of the shoulder blade when we're here. And we're just gonna inhale, kind of press upwards and outwards, and then pull that arm back in. And then the other arm, inhale. And so if you only have use of one arm, you're just gonna do it all on one arm. So it's kind of like you're pressing something away and up at the same time, at a diagonal line. Press, and then return, really emphasize the return, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale and exhale, return. Just do one more to each side. Nice. Now let's take that left hand and press across the body and let the ribs rotate. You can use your opposite hand to push into the thigh if you need, and then back to center. Let's let the eyes follow the hand here. So we're gonna press something away from us and then return back to center. And getting a little rotation there. Really feeling that arm bone really kind of snug back into the shoulder blade as you pull back. Last one, and we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. So press across the body again. Now, again, allowing the rib cage I don't have quite that much rotation because of my injury, but you might have more. So find as much as you can. Find as much movement as you can. And let's do 2 more. We're gonna come back, switch your hands again. And now we're gonna go at an upward angle, same thing. Push something away. And again, get a good rotation there if you're able to, and then pull back. So press it away. Squeeze the shoulder blade back and down. And eyes on that hand. So you just have some nice contralateral movement. We can press and then grab a hold of something and pull it back. Good. And then press, grab a hold of something and pull it back. Press and grab and pull. And nice. One more to press and grab and pull. And then back to the other side. Take a look at that hand. And then reach. And then pull. So reaching at that upward angle. Reach, getting some rotation in your ribs if you have it. You can press and grab and pull it back. And when you have this rotation in your ribs, you can imagine your, so that you guys are moving with your right hand. So that means your left ribs are going to rotate back and your right ribs are going to rotate around forward and kind of towards midline. One more, reach. And awesome. Okay, let's bring now the arms into a little backstroke position. So let's start with your left. We'll bring it up, squeeze the elbow, and then we're gonna press through like you're pulling water, pressing water. And we can allow, again, the eyes to follow and let your rib cage follow. And squeeze that shoulder blade back and down. And again, finding the rotation, you can let your opposite shoulder kind of roll forward even. So then you might find a little bit more movement. I want the movement to come not just from the arm, right? Because I don't want you to strain the shoulder joint. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So come up and then around. So finding as much rotation in that rib cage as you can. We'll do one more here on this side. And beautiful. Let's do both. Let's do alternating sides now. So we're going to do left arm up and around, right arm up and around. And again, your eyes are going to follow the moving arm, moving hand. Let the head turn, the eyes look, keeping an eye on that hand. And last one to each side. Awesome. Okay, so now let's find a nice tall spine again, and this is going to look different for everyone. Some of you, for me, I don't have much control, but we're going to do just a little version of what they call the hundreds in the mat work. And so I'm going to come sideways just so you can see what it looks sideways. But we're going to kind of allow the head and neck to curl really. If you have abdominal muscles, pull belly back to spine. And you're going to just curl forward a little bit. And then the arms are going to be alongside the body. If you're able to bring the arms a little more forward, you can without falling forward. And we're going to pump the arms. okay? But before we do that, I just want you to take some mindful breaths there. So let me see what everybody's position looks like. So you're gonna, first of all, think tall, and then think curling head and neck and shoulders forward, hollowing out your belly if you can, almost like you're lifting your ribs up and over a ball, okay? And then, so is everyone in their position? Ronlyn, are you in your position? Cool, okay. So then from here, let's just take 3 deep breaths. Inhaling fully and exhaling all the air out. Again, inhale fully. Exhale all the air out, belly button to spine, ribs draw together. And one more time. And now we're gonna pump the arms. So we're gonna inhale for 2 counts, exhale for 2 counts as we pump. So it's in, 2, out, 2. And as you're pumping the arms, you can think of squeezing the shoulder blades to pump the arms. And you're focusing on, with every exhale, deepening this belly button to spine image. We're gonna do 3 more little counts. And then pause. How's that feel for everybody? Does anyone feel like you access any part of your core? And you can give me a thumbs up if that's a yes, or thumbs down if it's a no. Couple thumbs up, a couple thumbs down, okay? So, and that's okay. So if you don't feel like you could access your core, I would say, we're gonna do another set. Keep yourself upright, okay? And don't think about trying to curl over, okay? So we'll just focus on trying to stay upright. And we're still gonna do the pumping of the arms, okay? So get yourself organized in a straight line. And then if you were able to access your core that way, then you can curl over like you're curling up and over a ball here. And then arms are gonna pump. So inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2. We'll speed it up a little bit. You can imagine that corset getting tighter. Imagine pressing, kind of moving in water, pressing your arms against water behind you. And last little set here. Okay. Just thought we would try that out. I think we tried it out last week and wanted to kind of give it another shot for you. Let's go ahead and bring the hands out to the side. So we're here. Extend those fingers. So kind of to the side and maybe aiming down towards the floor. And then we're going to reach the pinky finger towards the palm and then press into the palm and drag it. So I'm going to bring myself into a position so that you can have a little more closer up version of my hand, because I know there's a couple of new people and so they might not have seen that before. Oh, that didn't help. I'm going to lower it down. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you can see my hand. Okay, so we're here. You're gonna extend out those fingers, strong, long fingers, and then reach the pinky in towards the palm. Best you can, drag it out and extend. And then we'll do the same with the ring finger. Press, reach, press, and drag and extend. And then the middle, reach, press, drag and extend. And the index, reach, press. So working those poor hands of ours. And then the thumb can reach across and extend. So if you can't do this with your hands, imagine doing it. Or you can even just bring your hand here, your arms in this bent elbow position and use your opposite hand. So we can, those of you who like doing it with your arms out to the side can. Those of you who need help from the other hand, you're going to do it like this. So we'll reach and extend, and reach and extend, and reach and extend, reach the index and extend, and then the thumb reaches across and extend. We'll do one more set, either with both hands at the same time or on your other hand. And so pinky is going to reach, you're going to press that guy into the palm and then press it into the palm as you drag it back out with the other hand. And then the ring finger, press and extend. Best you can, middle finger, reach it, press and extend. And then the index, and then the thumb. And then good. And why don't you just do a couple of little circles with the wrist. And then the other way, of course. And nice. So we'll just finish right there. Excellent work. And does anybody have any comments or questions? Everyone's all good. Well, hopefully you all feel a little bit better now than you did an hour ago or 45 minutes ago. And we'll see you next week, I hope.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys can unmute if you need to, if you have any questions. But thanks for coming.